Ahmed Mahoub of AS Monaco driving it high. A little glance at the watch there for Fernando Lopez. I don't know if that means that it's going to be a long afternoon for him and his team. Might not be the case. We've seen stranger things happen. That was the drive coming through from Walid Ibn Salah. Giving the ball away once again. Collects by that same player. Pass back to Bouhaddi. Bouhaddi again tries to loft the ball over the top. These dangerous lifted crosses from the right-hand side have been causing all sorts of issues in the penalty box for this New Caledonia team. As Bouhaddi tidies it up at the back. Over to the right-hand side, Bouhaddi. Oh, he's just managed to get it past the tower. It's collected here. Edaoudi gets his crossover. It's scooped up by Kuchan. Jourdain de Bordeaux, goalkeeper. Just making it safe at the back. Strong defensive header there coming from Bilal Soukrat, scorer of the opening goal. And of course, these are the first goals that Morocco have scored, so you can imagine the kind of buzz that they're feeling amongst each other, just knowing that, you know, things can turn around so quickly. And that's a lovely little move inside there as the ball comes out. Mahoub, no one's going across to him. He lost the ball over. It's headed away. And the far post picked up and showed too much and steered away. Here's Shahnamaz getting the ball away initially, and then afterwards it's Ivrik Hamai of ASC Gaika. Calmly done. Oh, Bouhaddi. Squared into and coming over to Hidawi. Another player for the academy, Mohammed VI, the football. And what a smile to celebrate a fabulous storming run that finishes with a bullet header into the corner. And 3 goals now scored in the first 17 minutes. Well, let's have a look at this delightful cross. Well, he gets in front of his man, and that is the perfect way to steer a ball into the goal, of course. You're coming across, and it's just pure power. Can't allow players like that capable of, you know, latching onto crosses like that, get a little bit of space. And he had too much space there. Well, Soukrat opens up, and then Ibn Salah with a brace now in the space of 17 minutes. Goals galore for the Atlas Lions, who did talk about them sharpening their claws. Well, they've sharpened them, and they've also pounced. They are looking very dangerous now here against New Caledonia. We're finding it a little bit complicated to deal with in defence. And they're not getting too much ball to push forward to threaten the Moroccan defence. These fans are bouncing in the stands here in this Aspire Zone complex in Al Rayyan. Good running lines will be expected from Nabil Baha. When you're a striker and you're a coach, you don't just focus on, you have to focus on other parts of the game, but you've still got an eye for the forward line, of course, and the strikers and what they're doing and how they're working together. Constantly moving off the ball is so important for forwards. That's a wonderful little move. Stevie Andrew comes across and just does the business momentarily. A little bit of a touch picked up once again by Hadani and dealt with at the back. Problem solved. Here is Shahnamaz. He's one of the wily and very skillful players that they have in this squad, but he needs to be exploited a little bit more because he's not getting much ball, and when he doesn't get much ball, he can't really do anything. Here he is. A little bit of space down the line. It's a nice little attempt to thread the ball through, but Hamza Bouhaddi comes to the rescue. In the middle, And out wide, smart play. Bouhaddi sets it up. He's onside. Edaudi pulling it back. The cut back and the drive through, but it goes high. El Aoud coming in from the west, but he can't provide his team with the best. Scooping it up and over the goal, but the Valencia player plays there, of course, runs out and down in Valencia, of course, in La Liga, at the wonderful Mestalla Stadium. Lopez, a former player for Toulon, actually born in Bordeaux, in France, wants to see some form of a retaliation. 21 minutes in, and a solid start for Morocco. Such a game changer, just getting an early goal. It just settles things down. There's Wesley Bouaoui trying to untangle himself from the Moroccan defence. There we go, Soukrat and the Urban Salabrace is where Morocco are at the moment. Good work down the right-hand side for Ivrik Hamai. Just runs into a little bit of trouble there. His name being Ilyas Al-Arbawi. Well, that's a reckless challenge, and just lashing out. He's might pick up a yellow card there. You can see the referee. Oh, it's a red card. There's no need for that. Major disappointment, and just the reaction there, just kicking a player. You just can't do that. That's a very frustrating moment. It is for Tifan Druko, and a straight red card for the AS Lossi player. And Abdellahi Edaudi going down. Just losing your cool, and you know it's a shame. Look at this, he's being held back a little bit, but you can't do that. It's just, you know, it's just something that you've got to be so careful with, and it's so visible, you know, and it's just not acceptable. So he'll know that. He'll learn from that. Remember, they're only teenagers. It is a straight red card. He'll learn his lesson, and hopefully he'll come back stronger. Of course, this age is all about development before you become a professional. That's something that he will have to deal with, and I'm sure that he will. And we'll see him back on the pitches, you know, in the near future, playing for AS Lossi. But of course, you'll be saddened by what he's done, and I'm sure that you know, he'll just move on. 23 minutes into this clash, Morocco 3-0 advantage, and a red card offence for Tifan Druko. There was no question about the decision coming from Hyunjoy Choi of the Korean Republic. Great work down the left-hand side as the ball comes back over. It's headed away, only as far as the edge of the penalty box. Tidied up there by Bouhaddi. Back to Soukrat. Here's Hidawi. That's well intercepted. And the high ball is going to go out of play. It's going to be a goal kick, picked up by Nicolas Kuchan. Dispossessed. Stevie Andrew finding it a little bit complicated. They've got a player less now down the right-hand side. And there's the ball that comes whipped across, very fast and frantic. Big block there coming in. Another chance for a shot. It's picked up on the left-hand side, and it takes a little touch. Audi sees the ball fly high, and they get another corner. Stevie Andrew will have to cover a little bit more ground. We know how impressive he imposes so much strength and organisation, good leadership skills at the back. Well, he's going to have to put in 120% with his teammates now, which makes life quite complicated. Here's Elias Saidi, front post headed away, just the edge of the penalty box. Shot coming in, another block, and comes out to the left-hand side. A little bit of showed too much of the ball there. Allowed outside of the left boot to try and flick it up into the danger zone. That's been picked up, and a rasping drive there coming from Hidawi. Wants to do what Bilal Sukrat, his buddy at the back, did in the 3rd minute, but it's not to happen on that occasion. Good work there from Jean Chalemaz, captain of ASC Cup. Searching ball down the right-hand side. That's not bad at all. Just goes behind El Arbawi. Hermai just getting knocked down there. He collects the ball once again and goes down again. Lovely work. Ismail El Aoud, the Valencia player, goes on a bit of a wander, gets knocked over finally, just loses his balance. It's good what the referee was doing, allow the advantage, allow him to play, but the yellow card goes to Wesley Bouawi. Look at this, look at the arms, there you go, just bumping into him. And that's what brought him down. Free kick for Morocco. And there's the drive. It's wide of the target. There you go, Wesley Bouawi with the yellow card. Picks up in the middle. Morocco. Ibn Salah. Well kept in over on that left side by El Arbawi. Puts it on his left foot. Tries to steer the ball in. Again, it's just falling kindly. There's the shot. It's another wonderful leaping save from Nicolas Kuchan. And I know that, he's conceding goals today against a very offensive-minded Moroccan team. He's still making a couple, some really heroic saves in goal. And that was most definitely one of them. We saw a foul there. It's just with Ezekiel Ouamoui. But look at this. This is the shot. So athletic. Well, that's going to be a yellow card as well, I think. That's a late challenge there by Jean Chalemaz, the captain. Quick to race over and apologise to Mahoub. Have to be a bit careful now, New Caledonia. Picking up yellow cards, clumsy late challenges, frustration as well with, as we saw from Tifan Drucot. Look at that, that's it's quite nasty. The raking studs on the calf muscle at the back can most definitely hurt. Nabil Baha. Well, that's the review, and it might be, he might be saying that deserves a red card. And the referee, Hyunjoy Choi, will go over and again link up with Sander van der Rijk of the Netherlands. It does look quite bad, doesn't it? He might be in trouble because he's not going for the ball. he's already lost the ball, and those studs up on the calf muscle with the foot going down, it'll be considered as dangerous, and very dangerous. Let's see what the final verdict is. I'm scared for New Caledonia.
After review, this is a serious foul play. No yellow card, red card, okay?
Yeah, I thought as much. And the foot at the back, he went over to apologise, but it's just, it's too late, and it's 2 round to 9. Yeah, the red card, of course, going to the captain, you know, apologetic, and, you know, it's just frustrating. Now we expect Morocco, well, to just exploit the numerical advantage here. They got 2 extra players on the pitch for basically another hour, and that makes it very complicated. But he had the right to call that, Nabil Baha. That's what the cards are there for, so the video support review. He doesn't lose it because it was an upgrade to a red card, so he won his argument to ask to have that reviewed. There's a long-range shot, it's driven high away from the goal, and still 2 cards left for the Moroccan coach. Feel for these guys. That point that they picked up against Japan, you know, was just give them a real buzz, a real energy boost going into their final game. But conceding an early goal to Bilal Sukrat, and then afterwards, you know, I think that with the other goals coming their way, the brace from Walid ibn Salah has basically, you know, just caught up with him. It's a complicated affair now. Tifan Druko and Jean Chenemaz receiving red cards. Well, at least they can do is just hold forward to the back and try and stop Morocco from getting more goals and get themselves into the change rooms at half-time. There's a chance for a shot. It's a good positioning there for Nicolas Kuchan. Anything coming towards your near post, you need to make sure that you just block out that angle. And he did really well to deal with that shot coming in from Abdelali Daoudi. Ibn Salah, overlap if he wants it, down into the penalty box. Blocked, corner it is. Portugal-Japan goalless at the moment, 33 minutes in. The other North Africans, it's goal kick finally. The other North Africans of Tunisia 2-0 down against Belgium in Group D. Argentina 4-0 up against Fiji. United Arab Emirates will take on Senegal in Group C this afternoon, with Croatia up against Costa Rica. As the ball comes out to Ahmed Mahoub, there's the delivery, headed away by Andrew Stevie, collected by Saidi. Queuing up on the outside of the penalty box. There's the delivery once again, this time from El Arbawi. Ibn Salah. El Aoud. Back to his defence. Hidawi. Good use of the flanks. Here is Buhadi. And defensive strength coming in from Ezekiel Wamui, who's forced to come back and defend. Well, party atmosphere. We talked about this festival-style tournament taking place in the women's under-16s, of course, that took place in Morocco around Rabat and Saleh, which has been a roaring success as well. There's the delivery. Excellent delivery. And the attempted overhead there. Coming in. Danny trying to get himself a goal. That's the delivery. Couldn't quite get the direction right, but still showing off his skill set. There's the scoreline for Portugal, Japan. Japan have gone ahead. This makes it for an interesting battle to finish top of the table, of course. But Japan, they managed to beat Morocco by 2-0. Oh, there's an attempt there, and so of course with the 4 points they'll move to the top provisionally, because they'll have 7 points because of that draw with New Caledonia. So it's and you're trying to finish in the top position, and that will work out very well for Japan. Picked up in the midfield, Ibn Salah lofts it again into the penalty area. There's loads of players queuing up. Crikey, Hadani, El Aoud, Saidi. And there it is, Japan are just moving above them. So it's provisional. So obviously Japan would have the queue next to them as well. But Portugal already qualified with 2 wins. And Morocco now into the 3rd position. And so there we go. There's the delivery again. There's the cue. This time it's met. Saidi with a shot. It's a bit of a bouncer and a chance to get a shot in. Hadani! Great save. And the follow-up. Well, Stevie Andrew just getting in the way. Otherwise, that would have been another goal. And a corner will follow, I think. That was great defensive work. Look at Stevie Andrew. He's just getting in the way of pretty much everything. There you go. That's the first goalkeeper's. Oh, I don't think it even touched Stevie Andrew. It just flew. That was just. Oh, maybe. Well, anyway, it just didn't go into the back of the net. Morocco didn't get their 4th with 7 minutes left to play. How to work out what your formation is when you've got 2 players less than your opponents. Fernando Lopez with a little bit of work to do, and just stop the flow of goals coming their way from Morocco is the primary act going towards the half-time whistle. Saidi picks it up, plays for Auxerre, of course the legendary Giroud, his team. Here's Ibn Salah, sets it up for Ilyas Saidi. Saidi with a shot is driven high. There's a change then with Mahoub and Baha coming on. So on comes Zihad Baha, Real Betis player, 16 years of age. Delightful forward as well. He'll be looking for goals. He's already in a good position. There's a downward header, and it just goes out. It's Hadani who's looking for the 4th goal for Morocco. So the best scenario for Morocco is that because they've conceded 6 against Portugal and 2 against Japan, they've got to go goal crazy here just to put them in a very good position in terms of getting 3 points in a group and finishing in 3rd position, but having a whole bunch of goals. So they've got to just get the goal difference scenario reversed, because the first 2 clashes haven't been fabulous for them. But today is the day that they're starting to shine, and the Alice Lions are starting to climb. Here they are with Elias Saidi down out to the right-hand side. Hamza Bouhadi. Ball for Morocco. And Ibn Salah is the player who again somehow finds a ball that's hit and flies past. And I think it's Baha who scores the goal, who's only just come off. It's put back into the path, in fact, of Edaudi, who gets the shot as it just takes a touch off Attawa and Yoel Henry. Look at that work from Nahal Hadani. Weaves into the penalty box, pulls it back, and then waits for support. And I think just with 2 extra players on the pitch, you have that luxury of finding, I mean, there's a great chance that you're going to find one of your teammates, basically, because you can afford to make those touches and hope that there's a player in red coming through. 4-0 with a few minutes left to play in the first half. Bouhadi trying to deal with Watome. High ball coming over the top. There, they don't even rise up to deal with him. And there is another goal. Edaudi gets his second. And it's a brace for Ibn Salah, now a brace for Abdelali Edaudi of Fusta Rabat. And 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. It's complicated now, very complicated. Look at them lingering, waiting. And that should have been dealt with. Someone should have gone up for that. And they paid the price for not putting in a challenge. I think you can see that Attawa was the player, the Bastia midfielder. Should have got down there. The little celebration slide. And 5-0. Long-range shot from distance, just to allow Belarus, the goalkeeper, to touch the ball, which he hasn't done for quite a while. 2 more minutes left to play here in the Aspire Zone complex in Al Rayyan, in the shadow of the Khalifa International Stadium, which will host the final. There's the delivery. Good ball put onto the left foot. It goes flying over the top, and an attempt to try and clear it from Ivrik Hamai. Watches the ball go out for a corner. And the Côte d'Ivoire colours there for a fan. There's another ball driven in. It's easy. Got on the end of it. It looks like Hadani's got the smile. And 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes is going to make this scenario quite difficult to deal with and to swallow. Well, it looked like it was Hidawi to me, as he just runs away to celebrate. For me, it's the centre-back, Elias Hidawi. And a 6th goal for Morocco, who are in cruise control. Lofting those balls over the top is just causing all sorts of issues. Sukrat in the 3rd minute, Salah with a brace, Edaudi with a brace, and Hidawi, as I said, who plays his football at the Academy Mohammed VI to football in Rabat, is the man who has just added a 6th goal as we head towards the 45th minute. The frowned look of Fernando Lopez tells you the story. 2 red cards, as you can see on your screens, has hampered their chances of qualification here, having picked up a very credible point against Japan. Tower trying to keep the ball there's just too many Moroccan players. And it's there's the header. Stevie Andrew coming to the rescue, blasts the ball away. And Japan have got a 2-0 scoreline against Portugal. This is a massive scenario. And a low shot driven in from El Arbawi. 2-0 for Japan. Japan top of the table now, ahead of Portugal. Both those two teams going through. Of course, Portugal already qualified with 2 wins from 2 coming into match day 3 in the group in Group B. But of course, Japan, because they have got a draw. They've got 7 points, 1 point ahead. Third place up for grabs here. 6-0 and 3 minutes of added time. And a chance, a rare chance for them. Atawa, the Bastia player, chasing shadows and sandwiched by numerous Moroccan players. Well, he gets his goal having just come on, the 16-year-old Ziad Baha of Real Betis in Spain. Look at the smile, look at the celebration. 7 goals now. And it's a heavy scoreline for New Caledonia of the Oceania Football Confederation. There you go, not a brilliant second touch. The first one was good, the second one not so good, and then it just manages to somehow make its way past Nicolas Kuchan. Lofted over the shot, no one there. And tidied up at the back. The Moroccan sweepers clearing up and then striving forward. The surge continues with Edaoudi getting the ball to Hadani. Hadani over to the far post. There's the attempted shot coming in. It's not on target and it just bubbles and bounces over the line for New Caledonia to just breathe a sigh of relief as we complete the last few seconds of added time. They'll be glad that this first half has come to an end, but they probably wish that it was the full-time whistle. New Caledonia are trailing by 7 goals here. It has been a reverse scenario. They've just turned around and produced a prolific attacking scenario with Morocco leading New Caledonia 7-0 at half-time. Braces by Salah, Edaoudi, Hidawi, Baha, and of course the opener from Bilal Sukrat. But the problem for New Caledonia, 2 red cards in the first half, with Tifan Druko, the left back, and their captain Jean Chanamaz and they're wearing the number 7, both sent off, which has made life extremely difficult for the Petit Cagouse in their 3rd appearance at this FIFA Under-17 Men's World Cup. It's 11 against 9, but it's 7-0 at the moment. How to lock things down and stop more goals from flying through. It's going to be a conundrum for coach Fernando Lopez. It's going to be a very tough challenge, a mountain to climb for New Caledonia as well. 32 attempts at goal for Morocco to just 2 for New Caledonia, with a trio of free kicks for the Atlas Lions. And as you can see down in the bottom right-hand corner, that's where it's become complicated for them. You lose 2 of your key players and you play at 9 for the last 15-odd minutes of the first half, and then the entire second half. Then you know that everything is up against you and you've got to, well, just try and defend valiantly like heroes. But it has been complicated, and it might just get more complicated for New Caledonia against Morocco. Morocco leading New Caledonia 7-0. So we're going to take a small break.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مساء الخير لكل المتتبعين، لكل الأوفياء لبرنامجك الأخ نور الدين. الحديث اليوم عن حدث مهم جدا، حدث أسميه المأتم بعد العرس، بعد العرس العالمي والتتويج العالمي هناك بالشيلي. اليوم مباراة كارثية، مباراة ما أسميه أنا بالإفلاس على جميع المستويات بالنسبة لمنتخب أقل من 17 عاما، فيما يخص المباراة التي أجراها ضد المنتخب البرتغالي هناك بقطر. مباراة بالنسبة لنا مباراة كارثية، ولكن بالنسبة للمنتخب البرتغالي أسميها حصة تدريبية. كان ممكن أن تكون حصة أكبر لولا لطف الله تعالى في مباراة كان فيها المغرب خارج النص على جميع المستويات، حارس خارج النص، بعيدة كل البعد عن مستوى التنافسية. في مباراة اليوم 4 أهداف يتحمل فيها المسؤولية كاملة، دفاع هش، تباعد كبير بين اللاعبين، تباعد كبير بين الخطوط، غياب تكتيك واضح. لا أحد من جميع المدربين والمتتبعين يقول لك الطريقة التي لعب بها نبيل بها اليوم. ما عرفنا نلعب ب4-3-3، ما عرفنا أنه لعب ب3-5-2، ما عرفنا أنه لعب ب3-4-3، مما يعكس ويؤكد بأن المنتخب المغربي بجميع عناصره كانوا تائهين في مباراة للنسيان. 6-0 كارثة بجميع المواصفات، لا يمكن أن أتحدث فيها عن أي شيء، ولا يمكن أن يقدم فيها المنتخب المغربي هذا المستوى الهزيل والضعيف، الشيء الذي يجعله جميع المتتبعين يضعون أكثر من أسئلة حول اختيار المدرب الذي هو نبيل بها. هل هو الذي كان يمكن أن يكون في هذه المناسبة؟ وهل العناصر التي تم اختيارها كان اختيار صائب في بعض الأماكن؟ كارثة. في مباراتين استقبلنا 8 أهداف ولم نستطع أن نسجل هدف واحد. أكبر هزيمة بهذه الحصة لفئة عمرية للمنتخب المغربي في جميع المنافسات التي لعبها المغرب عبر التاريخ، سواء في كأس إفريقيا أو كأس العالم، محطة من المحطات التي تستعجل البحث عن حلول. لا يمكن أن نتحدث عن منتخب قائم بذاته ينهزم بهذه النتيجة، خاصة وأننا نحن نعيش إقلاع كروي كبير. ولكن حدث اليوم كان حدث كبير، صدمة بالنسبة للجماهير المغربية التي كانت تنتظر ردة فعل بعد الهزيمة الأولى أمام اليابان ب2-0. أقل ما يمكن أن أقول عنه، وكنت قلت في البداية، المنتخب المغربي اليوم كان في قمة الإفلاس على جميع المستويات. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مساء الخير لكل المتتبعين، لكل الأوفياء لبرنامجك الأخ نور الدين. الحديث اليوم عن حدث مهم جدا، حدث أسميه المأتم بعد العرس، بعد العرس العالمي والتتويج العالمي هناك بالشيلي. اليوم مباراة كارثية، مباراة ما أسميه أنا بالإفلاس على جميع المستويات بالنسبة لمنتخب أقل من 17 عاما، فيما يخص المباراة التي أجراها ضد المنتخب البرتغالي هناك بقطر. مباراة بالنسبة لنا مباراة كارثية، ولكن بالنسبة للمنتخب البرتغالي أسميها حصة تدريبية. كان ممكن أن تكون حصة أكبر لولا لطف الله تعالى في مباراة كان فيها المغرب خارج النص على جميع المستويات، حارس خارج النص، بعيدة كل البعد عن مستوى التنافسية. في مباراة اليوم 4 أهداف يتحمل فيها المسؤولية كاملة، دفاع هش، تباعد كبير بين اللاعبين، تباعد كبير بين الخطوط، غياب تكتيك واضح. لا أحد من جميع المدربين والمتتبعين يقول لك الطريقة التي لعب بها نبيل بها اليوم. ما عرفنا نلعب ب4-3-3، ما عرفنا أنه لعب ب3-5-2، ما عرفنا أنه لعب ب3-4-3، مما يعكس ويؤكد بأن المنتخب المغربي بجميع عناصره كانوا تائهين في مباراة للنسيان. 6-0 كارثة بجميع المواصفات، لا يمكن أن أتحدث فيها عن أي شيء، ولا يمكن أن يقدم فيها المنتخب المغربي هذا المستوى الهزيل والضعيف، الشيء الذي يجعله جميع المتتبعين يضعون أكثر من أسئلة حول اختيار المدرب الذي هو نبيل بهال هو الذي كان يمكن أن يكون في هذه المناسبة، وهل العناصر التي تم اختيارها كان اختيار صائب في بعض الأماكن. كارثة في مباراتين استقبلنا 8 أهداف ولم نستطع أن نسجل هدف واحد، أكبر هزيمة بهذه الحصة لفئة عمرية للمنتخب المغربي في جميع المنافسات التي لعبها المغرب عبر التاريخ، سواء في كأس إفريقيا أو كأس العالم. محطة من المحطات التي تستعجل البحث عن حلول. لا يمكن أن نتحدث عن منتخب قائم بذاته ينهزم بهذه النتيجة، خاصة وأننا نحن نعيش إقلاع كروي كبير، ولكن حدث اليوم كان حدث كبير، صدمة بالنسبة للجماهير المغربية التي كانت تنتظر ردة فعل بعد الهزيمة الأولى أمام اليابان ب2-0. أقل ما يمكن أن أقول عنه، وكنت قلت في البداية، المنتخب المغربي اليوم كان في قمة الإفلاس على جميع المستويات. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مساء الخير لكل المتتبعين، لكل الأوفياء لبرنامجك الأخ نور الدين. الحديث اليوم عن حدث مهم جدا، حدث أسميه المأتم بعد العرس العالمي والتتويج العالمي هناك بالشيلي. اليوم مباراة كارثية، مباراة ما أسميها أنا بالإفلاس على جميع المستويات بالنسبة لمنتخب أقل من 17 عاما، فيما يخص المباراة التي أجراها ضد المنتخب البرتغالي هناك بقطر. مباراة بالنسبة لنا مباراة كارثية، ولكن بالنسبة للمنتخب البرتغالي أسميها حصة تدريبية. كان ممكن أن تكون حصة أكبر لولا لطف الله تعالى في مباراة كان فيها المغرب خارج النص على جميع المستويات، حارس خارج النص بعيدة كل البعد عن مستوى التنافسية. في مباراة اليوم 4 أهداف يتحمل فيها المسؤولية كاملة، دفاع هش، تباعد كبير بين اللاعبين، تباعد كبير بين الخطوط، غياب تكتيك واضح. لا أحد من جميع المدربين والمتتبعين يقول لك الطريقة التي لعب بها نبيل بها اليوم. ما عرفنا نلعب ب4-3-3، ما عرفنا أنه لعب ب3-5-2، ما عرفنا أنه لعب ب3-4-3، مما يعكس ويؤكد بأن المنتخب المغربي بجميع عناصره كانوا تائهين في مباراة للنسيان. 6-0 كارثة بجميع المواصفات، لا يمكن أن أتحدث فيها عن أي شيء، ولا يمكن أن يقدم فيها المنتخب المغربي هذا المستوى الهزيل والضعيف، الشيء الذي يجعله جميع المتتبعين يضعون أكثر من أسئلة حول اختيار المدرب الذي هو نبيل بهال هو الذي كان يمكن أن يكون في هذه المناسبة، وهل العناصر التي تم اختيارها كان اختيار صائب في بعض الأماكن. كارثة في مباراتين استقبلنا 8 أهداف ولم نستطع أن نسجل هدف واحد، أكبر هزيمة بهذه الحصة لفئة عمرية للمنتخب المغربي في جميع المنافسات التي لعبها المغرب عبر التاريخ، سواء في كأس إفريقيا أو كأس العالم. محطة من المحطات التي تستعجل البحث عن حلول. لا يمكن أن نتحدث عن
So the little words, the little exchanges that are taking place between these players from Morocco, they've provided us with a very strong statement in the first half. Well, they've been helped by 2 red cards for New Caledonia, of course, with Jean Chanamaz picking up a red card just after Tifan Druko for 2 reckless challenges, really. And we've got Bomos in town, yes, the Desert Owl here, the official mascot of this FIFA Under-17 World Cup Qatar 2025. New Caledonia making a change. You got Edgi Baroun, who's going to come on. And we've also got a change with Morocco, who's coming on as well. And Immeling as well is going to come and make his entrance. Ibn Salah's going to come off for Morocco with El Khalfiou, who's going to come on forward. El Khalfiawi. Here we go then for the second half, and 7-0. Morocco lead New Caledonia, and they got 2 extra players on the pitch, which means that it's going to be a tough time for New Caledonia. The Cagoose, the Pity Cagoose, are under pressure now to try and defend valiantly at the back as another ball comes over, and an early attempt to try and get a goal in the opening exchanges doesn't happen. Sukrat with the opener, Salah with the brace, Edaudi with the brace, Hidawi and then Baha just scoring just 2 minutes into added time. 4 goals in the space of 4 or 5 minutes at the end of the first half has made life very complicated. 3-0 looked okay at half time, but 4 goals coming really late in the first half has just caused issues in a big way. Another high ball lofted into the penalty area, and this time it's Andrew Stevie who gets in the way. Laurent Jean Immeling of ASC Gaitsa coming on. Zachary El Khalfiawi playing for Toulouse. There's the high ball headed away to Stevie, and the flag goes up for offside. There you go, just behind the last defender as the high ball came over there. Good ball down the left side. El Aoud, the Valencia player. Strong challenge and firm challenge there, and a little bit of a shove there coming from Immeling, who's just come on. Look at that. Yeah, just coming across and striking the ankles of El Aoud. Yellow card. Free kick is going to be whipped in once again. Fired in, it's gone past the defence. A little bit of contact, of course, but look at that. Another goal. El Khalfiawi is the man who gets on the end of that. Zachary El Khalfiawi, 17 years of age. Look at these fans. They are just buzzing and bouncing in a big way now. There it is, whipped in. El Khalfiawi. Anybody touch it? I don't think anybody did. Literally came off their fire in, took a bounce. Goal number 8. Barely 3 minutes into the second half. Massive statement this is for Morocco. They will know that goals will be important for them as well. Goal difference and goals scored in their battle to try and finish in the top three. There's a great chance and another opportunity there. Hadani not making the right pass. Morocco pushing forward in every single chance they can, or basically, should I say, camping out in the new Caledonia half. Here he is, El Khalfiaoui. A minute, and Hadani has now made it. Goal number 9, close range, the Monaco man. Tough times for New Caledonian fans. The goal floodgates have been just thrown wide open. It's just incredible work down the right-hand side. Look at that, he's just on his own. And of course with 2 extra players, the Moroccan fans nearly in double figures. Down the right side, Morocco on the attack. Unstoppable, punched away this time by Kuchan. And 5 minutes in, they've already scored 2 goals. Nice little move, little nutmeg, as an attacking opportunity comes to an end quite abruptly there with Morocco. The ball fired in, and a chance this time for Arbawi, who scored a brace already, picked up there. Saidi, don't play with fire in your own backyard. Need to get it away. Get it away quick. They're queuing up. This is the shot that comes in. Nicely taken there by Kuchan. And the Bordeaux man makes it safe at the back. I mean, are they really discussing tactics of how they're going to break down this New Caledonia defence? Nabil Bahar and his staff showing a lot of interest and understanding, but they also want to make sure that the development of these players is constant throughout. So they'll want to bring in new players and get them to get a taste of what's happening here, but also play with composure, play with gusto. Another ball coming in. Hadani hits it high. Just a good running line. Look at Hadani. He just gets in front of his man. He just moves in front of Fabricio Pouet. Just can't get the right flick past the goalkeeper. Japan at 2-0 up against Portugal. Top of the table, 7 points, Portugal 6. And now Morocco with this 9-0 lead, competently in 3rd position. Ball comes back, it's been picked up. Oh, the attempted overhead there coming from Baha. Dangerous since he's come on. Scored the goal, of course, but the 16-year-old will be looking to try and cause more problems for Kuchan and his defence. At the other end, Chawaib Belarus, the 17-year-old goalkeeper for Morocco. And the Academy Mohammed VI of football is waiting for something to come his way. El Khalfiaoui sends the ball down to Nahel Hadani, tries to deal with his man, tries to nudge the ball down towards the byline. It's a good challenge there coming in from Pouet. And the AS Magenta player making sure that he doesn't get his way. Elias Saidi, Auxerre's midfielder, will take this corner. Stevie Andrew organising his defence at the back. There's El Khalfiaoui getting the ball across. It's off the post. It's cleared desperately by New Caledonia as they don't manage to concede a goal. And it stays at 9-0. Well, he's lost the ball by Boawi. And finally a desperate clearance picked up over on that far side. And a chance for them to try and do something. Stringing together a few passes. Well, just running into trouble there, Ezekiel Wamumi. But he gets fouled there. There's the foul. Bit of contact from Ilyas Al-Arbawi. And a free kick, a rare free kick. A rare free kick in favour of New Caledonia. Wasim Tardake of Toulouse FC on to replace Edaoudi. Well, he scored a brace today along with Ibn Salah. But Dadaki coming on. Chance again for the shot. It's just not connected with by Baha. Ziad Baha of Real Betis. Straight over to Saidi. Down into the corner. Al-Arbawi. There's the delivery. Hit away before it reaches a Moroccan player. Hadani. It means the world to Nahel Hadani, the centre forward from Monaco. And you can just see what it means. Double figures now for Morocco against New Caledonia. The ball was sent down there to the right-hand side. Hadani couldn't connect with it first. There was a miss there from Baha, but finally he gets his second chance and exploits the loose ball with a little toe poke high into the net. And to make it goal number 10. Another sweeping move down the left-hand side. There's the drive coming over. It's dealt with by Stevie Andrew, sorry, and kicked all the way back to the centre-back, El-Arbawi. Saidi. El-Kalfiawi. Knight gets past his marker to the right-hand side, queuing up down this right-hand side. Rasping drive there that's watched on by Nicolas Kuchan. And he sees it fly past, and of course, a little touch as the ball goes out. Corner taken quickly. Short corner, the delivery again coming into the penalty box, punched away by Kuchan. Oh, that's nice little slick play as he weaves between the players. But El Kalfiawi just with a bit of contact there, and the referee quick to react. Ezekiel Wamue of AS Lossi. And Manango coming on to replace Wesley Bawawi. Centre forward, not getting much, couldn't do much. Complicated for him. Menango coming on. Just move into the midfield. Fresh legs will help out. Anything will help at the moment. El Aoud on the left-hand side. Cuts in, goes for a shot himself. Comes off a New Caledonia player. Good chasing and good pressure there just from Immerling. Picked up, there's no one going towards him, you've got to go. Scooped up there, there's the header, it's goal number 11, and another one for Hadani. Well, non-stop, it really is. It's making life very complicated. They're finding it very difficult. And Hadani just scoring a few minutes ago. A little nod there of as it's lofted nonchalantly into his path by Elias Saidi. Well, that's 2 goals now for him, having scored in the 56th minute. Chance down into the byline. It's attempt to pull it back across. It gets blocked. Another corner. 11 goals to 0. Ball comes back to El Khalfiawi, who's going to get on the next one. Well, there's a little bit of a traffic jam there. Who wanted, and a little apology as well coming between Hadani and Hidawi at the back. 2 players going for the same ball. The biggest margin of victory ever at a FIFA Men's Under-17 World Cup is back in 1997. And 13 goals to 0 against Spain beating New Zealand. 13 is the number. Are we going to witness a new record here with Morocco against New Caledonia as the ball comes back? 30 minutes left to play. Ball drilled over to the right-hand side by El Khalfiawi. Is the delivery once again met by Yopoué. Play it down. I don't know if the referee's going to react to that, but that means, yeah, that's kicked out. That's good fair play. That is from Ilyas Al-Arbawi, the Athletic Bilbao player. And just a bit of contact and just claps down to the ground. Tifan Jurko and the captain Jean Chenemaz picking up red cards in the first half. It's a little bit of a collision there, just with the clash of legs. Elias Saidi, they've all been playing their part. I don't think there's any player who's not stood up and said, right, I'm going to play an integral part in this very important game. But looking very slick under Nabil Bahar. I think that the 44-year-old coach has really worked hard. He was the man at the helm of the Moroccan team, the Atlas Lions, who managed to go all the way in the Under-17 AFCON competition, who I'm always getting up gingerly. A little bit of a limp. He'll shake himself down and get back on as we see Saidi's going to come off, the Auxerre midfielder, and Wazan comes on to replace him. Runs out and is on the books at Ajax of Amsterdam, just to give you an idea of the quality of players they actually have within this Moroccan team. Lots of Spain-based players, but also Netherlands, a lot in Morocco, and of course France as well. But Saidi putting in a very fine shift this afternoon, or this evening, or wherever you are watching this around the world. They've been playing some fabulous football, but helped on by 2 red cards shown to 2 of their key players. I mean, every player's key, but captain, and also the left back, Draco, goes into the middle. Pass to the left. There's a shot coming in. Oh, wow, that wasn't far off the target, was it? And the new boy, Abdullah Wazan. Look at that right foot, sweetly struck, and just shaves the post, doesn't it? It just looks so easy for the 16-year-old. These teams are predominantly made up of 16, 17-year-olds, some 15-year-olds, a couple of 14-year-olds as well, who are 15 pretty before the end of the year. There's another drive coming over and another cross that comes over, and finally the follow-up shot is not a good one. He's offside over on that far side from that effort of whatever it was from Wazan. Only he knows what he was doing. And clock watching is Fernando Lopez. Oh, hassled and hounded. The ball comes to the left-hand side inside of the penalty box, looking for a shot. It's been picked up. That's nicely done, but it's not, again, finding its way past the traffic. The idea was great there from El Aoud, but unable to bury that as it took a deflection. Resulting corner, front post, and it cleared, picked up and sent back in. Another block coming over on that far side, and the bounce of the ball falling favourably for Wamoué. Over to the left-hand side, little bit of movement. Here's 65 minutes in. You're not seeing things. This is 11 goals for Morocco, 0 for the New Caledonia. And they enjoyed their finest hour against Japan with that goalless draw. There's a chance for another shot coming in. It's blocked by one of the defenders at the back. And there's a VAR call, and this has to be coming from Nabil Baha because he's the only coach who's got a card left to show. So are we looking at handball maybe in the penalty box? Well, we'll wait and see. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's the call. That is definitely the hand that makes contact with the ball there from Menango, who's just come on, and it's a quick check there from the referee, Hyung Jae Choi, and here's his verdict. Explanation there coming from the referee from the Cuban Republic, and no penalty. Fernando Lopez. Well, for one moment, they've silenced the Moroccan fans momentarily. That's the reaction there from Nabil Baha. He doesn't get that card back. You can't have everything your own way. Menango. Not at fault. Not giving away the penalty against Morocco, seeking their 12th goal. Just gone past the halfway stage in the second half. And you can see that the Atlas Lions are just in cruise control. Two extra players on the pitch as they go down the right, go down the left. The crosses come flying in, the shots come flying in. Players queuing up to try and get on the end of the crosses, whichever side they come from. The long-range shot is a nice one from Wazan, but it's wide, a little bit too high. Looked a little bit carefree, that did. I think that he just looked like he was totally locked in on that shot. Maybe took it a little bit too easy. Fact is, didn't get the 12th goal. And he hasn't managed to get his first goal for his country here at this under-17 World Cup. The ball comes back, nicely done. There's a quick sweeping ball and a follow-up shot. Great save there from the goalkeeper. Comes back and Baha lays it them. They don't manage to find their way through. Wonderful protection of the ball there from Uwamue. And finally getting the ball to Morocco. It's going to be a free kick. There you go. It's the look at the arms. And that's the tug there from Hamza Buhari. That's also a good opportunity here now for Nabil Baha to try out different players and understand exactly how they function and working together. Is Buhari with the delivery there. Great header. It's just on the roof of the net. Marginally high. 20 minutes to go. Oh, 4 goals on the other side of half-time. 4 goals, quick goals at the on this side of the break as well. 54 attempts at goal, 54. 23 of those on target, 2-1. There's the delivery again. It's a little bit too high there for Hadani to try and get his hat-trick, but it's still in play. It's still Morocco on the attack. It's brought back across into the middle. Picked up there by Sukrat. To the right side is Dadake over to the right-hand side. It's lofted again. And New Caledonia just parked up at the back. There's the header. Goes looping over the top. Pull back again. El Aoud. Just using El Arbawi. Great delivery. And there's the header. It's just... slightly too high, and Nahel Hadani unable to keep it down. Good work here from Dadaki. You got to battle, you got to constantly fight for the ball. That's nicely done. Oh, he just showed a little bit too much of it. Good work from Yopue at the back and picked up Wamoe. He's got a one-man show here. Needs a little bit of support. And Menango, excuse me, and back over to the left-hand side. And they go pushing forward. Ilyas El Arbawi, Athletic Bilbao player. Of course, looking to try and get himself a chance to play with the big boys, play with Nico Williams. There's the delivery coming in, a low drive and a follow-up shot. Oh, how about that for force and precision? A smashing drive that just whistled between everybody. Finally, Wazan of Ajax Amsterdam provides Morocco with their 12th goal. I mean, you blinked and it was already smashing against the back of the net. That was a drive. Beautiful, beautiful low drive coming in. Hit with force. And goal number 12 there. And the first one for Wazan. Well, there he is, 16 years of age. One more goal and we will match the highest ever score at a FIFA Men's Under-17s World Cup. Spain beating New Zealand in 1997. Their biggest ever win was actually against Mauritania in December 2018, 6-0. And it's crazy, but their biggest defeat was actually against Portugal in their opening clash, which was a 6-0 loss. The ball comes over to down the left side here. Is Dadake with a little sneaky move into the penalty box, gets the ball whipped across there, but no one on the end. I'm just trying to slow things down a little bit to get the impression there. Ezekiel Wamue. Stevie Andrews' feet. And a little bit of frustration there. And El Aoud gets the goal. And that's goal number 13. And they have now equaled the highest ever score at a FIFA Under-17 Men's World Cup, matching Spain's 13-0 victory over New Zealand in 1997. And there's still 15 more minutes left to play. Well, the ball came out to the right-hand side. Just look at this. Looks up, hits it very low. And a little touch there from that man, Stevie Andrew. Sees the ball fly past his goalkeeper, Nicolas Kushan. Free kick for Morocco, taken quickly over to the right-hand side with Ilyas Hidawi. Referee not ready for that. Green light to go for Sukrat. Right-hand side. All of the new Caledonia players back in the defence. Another low shot. This time it's squirmed back down and then scooped up by Nicolas Kushan. Had the sting taken out of it at the front post. Getting a good chance to stretch their vocal cords. The Moroccan fans here at the Aspire Zone complex in Al Rayyan. Nice move here. Finding a little bit of space. There's the setup there. Wazan with the shot again, and it goes just to the right of the goalkeeper, Kushan. There was nearly number 14. He really does like to have a pop at goal from distance. And that right foot, it looks like it's made to take shots like that, just a little bit wide of the target. But of course, it's a corner because of the touch that came again from the defence. Another header. This time it's Hadani who heads over as he goes in search of a hat-trick. No one's scored a hat-trick. We got Ibn Salah with a brace, Daudi with a brace, Hadani with a brace. Dake teasing down again and towards the byline, tries to get it back across towards the ever dangerous Baha. High ball comes back over on the edge of the penalty box. Wazan gets rid of his man onto the left foot this time. He's showing off his skill set. Nicely done. Bahadi picks up the loose ball. Lovely touch there from Wamue. There's just no one there, is there? They're missing the two players in the up front. Portugal 1, Japan 2. The fight back from the European giants begins. Here's Dadake. High ball into the penalty box. Headed away is Wamue. Nice surge forward. Great pinching and poaching coming from Al-Arbawi. Is the taken forward there by El Khalfawi. Wazan, lots of options here. Extra man on the outside. But this time Bouhadi doesn't manage to take it a step further there. Morocco comes to the rescue, deals with it. Another deep ball down the right hand side. Another ball coming back across. There's the shot. Look at that for a drive. A thunderous effort there from Ismail El Aoud. And there is the record-breaking goal in this FIFA Under-17 Men's World Cup. 14 goals as for the first time has been scored by one team in this tournament. And the ball pulled back across and just look, hit with venom, struck with panache and driven firmly high into the roof of the net from the Valencia player based in Spain, 16 years of age, 14 goals for Morocco. No goals for New Caledonia, 10 minutes left to play. That right-hand side is proving to be a good hunting ground for Morocco. Another delivery, another header. Point blank, great save. And coming to the rescue is Kuchan. There's another follow-up shot coming from Ismail El Aoud. Hit high and hit away from the target. And this man here can be quite happy with what his team has done. That's a good Baha header. That's just parried away by Nicolas Kuchan. Really? Now, there's the ball down the left-hand side. Had an acrobatic overhead kick from Nahel Herdani, but it goes wide. Not far off the target, but he's looking pretty slick, isn't he, the AS Monaco frontman? 2 goals so far. Going in search of a hat-trick. Well, 14 goals for. Goal difference is +6 now. There's the high ball over the far post. Always out to Al-Bawi. Close control doesn't happen. Steered away. 7 minutes left to play. The Africa Cup of Nations men's will take place at the end of the year, starting in December, the 18th of December, which is going to be so exciting. They've got the FIFA World Cup 2030 that will take place in Morocco. And here's another attempt at goal. It's been pulled back. Wazan with the left foot. Hits it well, hits it wide. The Ajax man, again, very eager to get more goals. Scored one fine strike already. And that wasn't a bad drive either. It's interesting because he plays with both feet. And any player who can strike the ball so well through with both feet. Well, they get plenty of kudos from me. With both feet, and who can dribble with both feet as well. It really is something that is expected of the youngsters of today. Decent ball down to Dardaki down the left-hand side. Pulls it back a little bit. He's got a player just coming back. He's put it into the middle. Wazan, will he get the follow-up ball? It's been passed back, and there's Baha going for his second goal. It's blocked, and blocked perfectly there to get the ball away from the danger zone. Bjerun getting in the way. Goal number 15 is what they're looking for. His El Khalfiaoui, the Toulouse FC player. Decent delivery, roof of the net. Kind of a spring header rather than one of those fabulous bullet headers that we see that are just hit with so much force that drive the ball in. Abdelali Edaoudi and Ibn Salah, the star boys of the first half. And Morocco, with 5 minutes left to play, lead New Caledonia 14-0. A new record in the history of this tournament. There's a rare moment where New Caledonia surging up into enemy territory. It's comes to an end as they collect and try and get back forward. Dardaki, El Khalfiaoui pulls it back to El Arbawi and into the middle. Hidawi with a long thumping shot that's not hit towards Kuchan's goal. Manages to untangle himself. The pass is not to feet. Well, Moe. No one's sprinting forward to try and trigger a counter-attack. They know that they've got to get back, and I think that's the problem. There's a little bit of a stress on the players to not push forward. Ivalipa is the player who thought about it. Biding their time as they get ready for the sting. El Khalfiaoui. That's a great ball. Dardaki with a shot. It's blocked by the legs of Kuchan. Comes back out. El Khalfiaoui. Over to the right-hand side and collected by Sukrat. Sukrat to the right-hand side. A chance for them to just bide their time before a shot potentially comes their way. Nice little 1-2 comes back. There's a shot. It's a good drive. Well saved there from El Aoud. Is Nicolas Kuchan coming to the rescue. Talk about standout performances. He's had the goal peppered right from the very start, and he's still standing. He showed just how valiant he was in the match against Japan, holding fort there as the ball comes back. And another chance is the captain, who just hits a low drive that's blocked. Bouhadi to the right side. This time it's Wazan. 5 players just queuing up, waiting to try and get that high ball coming in. El Khalfiaoui. He can't wait for the final whistle to be blown here, New Caledonia. This has been one-way traffic, very complicated afternoon. There's the captain over on the far side, Hamza Bouhadi, the Fusta Rabat player. Oazan tries to thread it through, doesn't happen, gets it back. Referee hasn't had to do too much. He's barely out of breath. He's been just standing up in the New Caledonia half for quite a long time, since they lost that second player to a red card. Of course, their captain, Jean Chanamaz. Nicely done. This is good. I've been inspired by New Caledonia, especially with their performance against Japan, as they picked up only their second points in 3 appearances here at the men's and the 17 FIFA World Cup, of course. The other point coming against a draw against Japan. That's it. Goal number 15. They've done it. It's 5-5-5, and another effort there. Look at that, we're up to the 90th minute. You are not seeing things. Morocco, the Atlas Lions, have clawed themselves back into contention, and with this scoreline, with this victory, they will of course get 3 points. That's great work, isn't it? And persistence, little touch with the right foot as he just sneaked between the defence. Good first touch, pulls it back, keeps it away from the players, and then a toe poke through. Top quality there from Ismail. 3 minutes of added time before this is a wrap here at the Aspire Zone complex in Al Rayyan. Another chance, another ball coming across. This time it's dealt with there by Iopoué. Back out to the left-hand side is Al-Arbawi. Lofts the ball in, who's going to try and get on the end of it. Just falling once again is the most recent goal scorer, Ismail El Aoud. And to the right-hand side it goes. Huzan, far post, headed away from Dadake, and it's going to be a corner over on that far side. And again, just valiant bravery. It's been picked up here. Il Khalfaoui, he's gone closer to the goal and tries to hit a low one through traffic. There's picked up. That's not a bad effort. Nicely read by Nicolas Kuchan, who again just sees it coming and he says, no, you're not going to score this time. Here's New Caledonia. Can they get a goal back? Well, player down as well, which means that they're at 8, of course. So, which is quite unfair. Dadake second, coming for Wazan. Right place, right time for the Ajax man. Wow, you can understand why there's smiling faces here and these guys are bouncing. I mean, you know, this scoreline should, I'm saying it, should enable them to go through as one of the best third-place teams. 8 of the best third-place teams right across the 12 groups will go through, and this scoreline will bolster their chances of making it, although it's not a done deal because we've got loads of football to be played and there's lots of games that could produce lots of goals, which has been the theme here in Doha, Qatar, since the tournament started. Well, we're into the last few seconds. Video support review, but it has to be coming from just trying to understand is it coming from Nabil Baha, which would normally not be the case because Fernando Lopez well, let's get the reaction anyway from the referee. Well, the goal has been given, 16 goals to 0. And well, this lady, she was dancing at the start, not dancing as much at the moment, but still, she can be very, very proud of New Caledonia and what they've done. That point against Japan was fantastic. The Petit Cagoux showing us what they're capable of doing and holding one of the great nation of Japan. 16 goals to 0. And that's the final whistle. Well, it's the Atlas Lions who have beaten the record.